We welcome you back to Sparky Anderson Field at California Lutheran University for some more Conejo Oaks baseball. I'm Max Schwartzberg alongside Josh Mechanick. The Oaks are coming off their first off day since opening the season this past Wednesday and playing 5 games in 5 days. They're also coming off a heartbreaking loss against the Arroyo Seco Saints, in which the Saints overcame a 5-2 deficit in the ninth inning to walk it off. Josh, what do the Oaks have to do today to get back in the win column?
Well, they just got to do what they were doing in the early innings of yesterday's contest, or Sunday's contest, I should say. Just putting it on the opposing pitchers early and getting counts that they like, hitters counts, and driving the baseball. The problem we saw on Sunday after scoring 4 runs in the first inning is that the Oaks offense got a bit complacent and didn't put a lot of pressure on the opposing defense as we continued to get into the middle innings and late in that ball game. So today the Oaks just need to play a full 9-inning game instead of getting comfortable if they get themselves in the lead.
Absolutely, 4 runs in that first inning and then just 1 run the rest of those 8. But let's take you through the starting lineups first with the visiting Ventura County Pirates. Leading off, Robert Pitts Jr., he'll play center with Robbie Trado. He'll bat second and play right field. Angelo Alamon will play shortstop. He'll bat third. Gabe Juarez, the designated hitter, will bat fourth. Brandon Wynn will bat fifth and play left with Ryder Gordon at third base. He'll bat sixth. Grant Madrid Murray will do the catching. He'll bat seventh. Ethan Gonzalez, the second baseman, will bat eighth. Jose Mariano will bat ninth and play first for the pitcher, Wesley Wells. Now let's take it to the Oaks side. First, Tommy Kenlinger in right field. He'll lead it off. Austin Carrillo slots down a spot. He'll bat second and play center field. Will Joseph back there in the 3 spot. He'll bat third and play left. Brandon Anderson will play third base. He'll bat fourth. Landon West, today's first baseman, he'll bat fifth. Jaden Minguez gets the start. He'll bat sixth and play second base with Jack Johnson back at the DH spot. He'll bat seventh. Will White making his Oaks debut this season. He'll bat eighth and do the catching. And Alan Camarillo will play shortstop and bat ninth for Nate Hernandez. Beautiful day today, not a cloud in the sky, and I'm not lying when I say that. I was out during batting practice, and it was a little bit hot, but you just got to take these moments in and just understand how beautiful the surroundings are. We're just so lucky to be able to play here at Cal Lutheran University's Sparky Anderson Field. Nate Hernandez, who started the first game of the season, the Oaks won that 9-2 against the Coastal Dodgers. He's back in for the first time, his second appearance of the season. His first pitch will miss upstairs, and we are underway. We do have the TrackMan back. We would like to mention that pitch did look to catch the top of the zone, but definitely the last game here was a little interesting with the strike zone back here at home. 1-0 will miss down.
Well, it's also something here with the TrackMan zone that we've noticed over the last couple of years using it, and it doesn't really take into account the height of each individual hitter. So it's
on the
tough.
ground at third base, Anderson in front of Camarillo. He'll make the throw across the diamond for out number 1, as you were saying.
It's just tough to use the TrackMan strike zone to judge pitches at the top of the zone. Top and bottom of the strike zone are sometimes hard to judge using the TrackMan zone.
Agreed. When talking to some of our catchers, Marcus Galvan, Landon West, Will White obviously getting his first start, especially with that last game I asked them about that strike zone. They said a lot of those did happen to catch the plate, so maybe not the best pinpoint accuracy you could say, but definitely maybe a little bit of a missed call. Inside for ball 1.
Well, we saw it in his first start. Hernandez doesn't have lighted up stuff with his fastball, but he does have great command, and he'll just look to paint the corners with his fastball that's going to just sit low to mid-80s, and that breaking ball catching the outside corner for a strike at just 71 miles an hour.
1-1.
A lot of movement on that slider there from Hernandez, 22 inches.
Trado from Calstein Monterey Bay as he grounds this one right to Camarillo. Slings across the diamond for out number 2. 2 quick ground ball outs here in the top of the first inning.
Well, that's exactly what you're looking for with a guy like Nate Hernandez. A lot of weak contact, trying to generate softly hit ground balls and pop outs. Needs to paint the corners as he's done so early on against these first 2 hitters.
So now the number 3 hitter, Angelo Alaman, steps in from the College of Canyons, although he played 2023 at Cal State Fullerton. Straightens him up right there. Fastball up and in. This past season, he hit .317 at the College of Cannons, 12 home runs. So he definitely found his power stroke as he comes into summer ball here. No home runs for the Oaks so far in the season. Closest was Jordan King at Compton, hit one off the top of the wall in left center field. Drops in there for a strike.
Finding himself ahead of the count now, 1-2. Hernandez does not need to throw a strike here. Probably go with the slider, starting in the zone, breaking away.
Fouled back toward us.
And it was that breaking ball, but it stayed up just a bit too much. And Alamon was able to foul it back to stay alive.
Yeah, going back to those 12 home runs, he led his conference in that. He also led in games played, plate appearance, at-bats. One of those guys that you could just slot in your lineup anywhere. And he's out ahead of that one. Strike three. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Nate Hernandez. Oaks are coming up. We're still scoreless. Welcome back to Sparky Anderson Field. Scoreless after the top of the first inning. Nate Hernandez with a quick 1-2-3 easy inning. Tommy Kettlinger ready to lead it off here against the starter for the Pirates, Wesley Wells from Claremont McKenna College.
Kettlinger coming off his sophomore year at Hancock College, where he'll be transferring out of there to Biola University in the fall. Had an excellent year, starting all 40 games that he appeared in, hitting over 300.
Popped up, shallow center field. Pitts over into the right center field gap. Glasses on will make the catch for out number one. One pitch, one out here for Wells.
You like the aggressiveness there from Kettlinger. Seeing a fastball he liked on the first pitch of the game for the Oaks offensively. But unfortunately for him, he just gets underneath it and hits it routinely out to center field.
A little bit of a different Oaks lineup today. Carrillo, we've seen him in the first or third spot, but batting second today. Jordan King and Kai Caranto getting the day off, with Jaden Minguez getting the start. Popped up foul to the left, out of play.
It's already a changeup from the pitcher Wells out the gate. That was the first pitch fastball to Kenlinger. Clearly, it seemed like he thought Kenlinger was on it. He didn't want to throw Carrillo first pitch fastball, who we know is very aggressive up there, and he fouls back the changeup.
Carrillo leads the Oaks in hits so far in the early goings. And he'll take upstairs for a ball.
It's really interesting to me that Carrillo's the team leader in hits up to this point, because he did seem like was off to a slow start. Hitless in the first couple of games, but he's looked really good at the plate offensively.
Yeah, a couple multi-hit games that's really propelled him forward in that statistic for the team. Tardy on that one, 1 and 2.
I'm also very surprised right now to see how deep the left fielder is playing Austin Carrillo right now. The guy who slaps a lot of balls to left field gets some dink hits out there as well, and the left fielder is playing deeper than the center fielder and as deep as the right fielder.
Yeah, not something you usually see. Usually with the left-handed batter, the left fielder is on the line, but pretty shallow. Oaks just coming off their first rest day of the season. It's really a grind. It's been 5 games in 5 days. Talked to Austin a little bit about it, and he says he tries to treat rest days, just take his mind off baseball, let his body heal, because it's not only the physical grind, but it's the mental grind of just playing so much baseball, long bus rides. But these guys love it. As a 2-2 will miss down.
Well, and yeah, if you think about it too, they go through their grind of their college season, 3 months of hard work, and they only get a couple of weeks off before they're back out here playing every day again.
Definitely takes a toll on the body and the mind, but well suited for it as he takes ball 4. Nice plate appearance there for Austin.
Typical Austin Carrillo plate appearance there. Falls behind in the count 1-2, but we know how comfortable he is hitting with 2 strikes. Taking some borderline pitches there before working the walk.
Joseph has started in all but one game. He was supposed to start in that game, but he was scratched just minutes prior to first pitch. That was in Compton. Had some troubles with the contact lenses. Outside for ball 1. Carrillo on first. The 1-0. Starting to stop for Austin. That pitch catches the corner.
Carrillo fooled someone in the Pirates dugout there, which is what caused the catcher to pop up quickly. Luckily enough for the Pirates, they were able to still get the strike call, but oftentimes we see that can miss out on a strike for the pitcher.
As he checks over on him, but he's back safely. Another check on him. First baseman Mariano had to pick that one, prevent it from going any further.
I'm not entirely sure what the disengagement rules are in the CCL. If they're the same as what they are in college baseball.
He's got a pretty big lead here. And he does go. No, he doesn't. Fooled me that time. Starting to stop again for Carrillo.
Carrillo taking a few hard steps. He might have just not liked the jump that he got and decided to break it down, or it was a fake steal all the way. Either way, Carrillo sold it well.
Wouldn't be surprised if he goes with the delay steal here with the left-handed Joseph. Sometimes harder to see for the catcher. That's why you see a lot of those delays, especially with the left-handed hitter in the box. 2-1. Chases that one upstairs and the count evens.
Wells has got pretty good carry on his fastball. Only sitting 85, 86, but it's definitely rising on these hitters, making it seem like it's harder than it is.
And now another pickoff, which briefly gets away, but not far enough for Austin to try. So definitely garnering a lot of attention. That's kind of the player he is, especially when he's in the box. Takes his time, kind of whenever he fouls off a pitch he likes that he knew that he's on it. He lets the pitcher know, nods out to him, and he makes his presence known also on the base paths. Very physically emotional player, I guess you could say. High fly ball to left field, shallow, wind coming in. He'll make the catch for out number 2 of the inning.
It's a tough pitch for Joseph to get to. Fastball up and out of the zone with 2 strikes. Exactly where Wells is looking to locate that pitch. Looking for a swing and miss there. Joseph is able to get some barrel on it, but only able to get underneath it and pops it up to shallow left.
So now Brandon Anderson, who had the game against the Saints this past Sunday off, his first off day of the season. So I guess he got 2 off days with yesterday, no games for the Oaks. Carrillo does run this time. The throw down to second will not be in time as the ball gets away. The umpire did not see that. Kind of rare you see that. Usually umpires like to wait to make sure they really see the call, but immediately the ball just completely got away from Gonzalez at second base. So he kind of made the double call. He issued out, then he saw it rolling away, so it was safe.
That was a basically perfect throw from the catcher there. Would have nailed Carrillo had the ball not gotten kicked out of his glove.
1-0 is a fly ball to left center field into the gap. Wynn calls for it and catches out number 3 of the inning. Oaks don't score, but they get a walk. We're going to the top of the second inning. Still scoreless from Sparky Anderson Field. Back here, scoreless after 1. Hernandez tossed a 1-2-3 inning, so it brings up Juarez, the designated hitter.
Juarez is out of Glendale Community College. Listed as a catcher as well, but doing the DHing today.
Sometimes just to give the catcher a break on the knees. It's a very physically demanding position. You see that DH slot kind of back and forth. Way out ahead of that slider. Good sharp movement on it. Started at the outside edge, but then just kept darting out of the zone. 0-2. Soft pop-up, Camarillo going out, but he's not going to have a play. It falls in no man's land for the first runner of the inning, the first hit of the game on either side.
It's really unfortunate for Hernandez, who's trying to locate that pitch up and in on Juarez in an 0-2 count. He does get it up, just not up high enough, and Juarez is able to get just enough contact on it, just enough barrel to lift it over the head of Camarillo.
It looked for sure that he might have had a play there, but just kind of in that exact place where nobody can get to it. First pitch drops softly. The first baseman West has it. Goes to second for one, but it's off Camarillo. He spiked the throw. So now trotting over to third will be Juarez. Tough air for the Oaks.
Yeah, for West there, that is the right decision. Really the only play he had was to go to second there, as Hernandez had a long run over to first base. And he just spiked the throw. It's a tough one for Camarillo to handle, tried to body it up, and he couldn't keep it close enough.
So now the Pirates with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Kind of frustrating if you're Hernandez. You got a weak pop-up that unfortunately fell in no man's land, and then one that could have been a double play ball, but at the end of the day it was just another soft contact. So you're making your pitches right, but not getting the results you want. Good front door slider in there for a strike.
Hernandez really pulling the string on that one, 69 miles an hour.
Try to go back to it, but he misses down low. Ryder Gordon, also from Claremont McKenna, just like the starting pitcher Wells for these Pirates.
Gordon out of Claremont McKenna College, hit .312 this past spring. It's another great baseball name, Ryder Gordon.
Yes, it is. 1-1, a high pop-up to the shallow right side in foul territory. Both West and Kenlinger heading over there, but neither will have a play. Bounces just behind the visitor bullpen on the first base side.
Gordon hit .312 with a .412 on base percentage. He walked 27 times. 3 home runs and 35 runs driven in for Gordon this spring.
But behind here, 1-2. Oaks looking for a double play. Just misses. Looks like it could have caught the corner, but disagreed upon by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it looked like a good location there from Hernandez. And according to the TrackMan zone, it caught the outside corner, but just doesn't get the call.
Two pitch. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Joseph, the left fielder, kind of shaded in case of a sacrifice fly opportunity, but does leave a big gap in left center field with Carrillo way out towards the right center field gap. Again off the plate. So now the count will go to 3-2. I mean, at this point, you definitely don't want to allow another base runner, but it wouldn't be the worst thing if there was a walk, because then that puts a force at any base.
Hernandez is going to want to come with a strike right now, though.
Absolutely. Ready with the payoff pitch. Runner goes at first, strikes out, throw to second, and they're calling interference, so now they're calling him out. We saw this the other day with Austin Carrillo. Now it bites the Pirates. So right after Gordon struck out, you could see him just kind of step in front of the catcher, White, and that issued the interference call. So a huge, huge break for the Oaks. And all of a sudden, you're one pitch away of getting out of this inning with the runner in third. Grant Madrid Murray, the backstop for the Pirates, will step in. Strike off the plate. We've seen that call go both ways. That did appear to be a bit off, but a little Help from the home plate umpire never hurt anybody.
Yeah, that was about 4 baseball lengths off the plate.
Just a little bit outside. Madrid Murray doesn't bite at that. Always a bit harder to call the outside edge. Home plate umpire set up over the inside part of the plate for a right-handed batter, so definitely don't have that precision look at the baseball. Or precise, I should say. 1-1. Late on that. So what started and looked like the beginning of a disastrous inning could end with a single pitch right here. 2 outs in the inning and a 1-2 count coming up to Grant Madrid Murray. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the day, and the Oaks escape a huge jam. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless from Spark Anderson Field. Back here, still scoreless after the first inning and a half. Do want to make a little lineup adjustment. The starting lineup that we were given said that Wells was the starting pitching, but it's actually Mason Miles. We were just notified of that prior to the inning, so we apologize for any confusion that might have caused some lineup problem difficulties, I guess you could say. But Landon West ready to lead it off for the Oaks. Inside for ball 1. West out of Rice University, plays with his brother Graydon there. Ahead here, 2-0. Getting the start today at first base, but he's played all over the place. We've really seen him go back and forth between catcher and first. 3-0. See if he has the green light here. Very dangerous hitter, as we've seen in the early part of this season already. Had some big hits in the first game, and really just throughout all the contests the Oaks have had. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way and taking a strike on the outside corner. Good hitters count to a good hitter. The 3-1. And that is ball 4. Fastball up and in. Did look like it could have been a pretty good pitch, but not getting the call was Miles. So a little leadoff runner for the Oaks. Jaden Minguez getting his first start of the season for the Oaks. Steps in. Downstairs. So now 4 of the 5 pitches in this inning have gone for balls. So a little bit of a trouble finding the zone for Miles. One on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 is a high fly ball to center field. Struck pretty well. Pitts Jr. into the right center field gap. He'll make the catch to retire Minguez. So a long ride, but allowed out number 1 of the inning. So now Jack Johnson steps up, listening to Upside Down, which ironically is by Jack Johnson. Not the exact same person, but you had to think that it was going to happen eventually.
Well, Jack Johnson didn't pick his walk-up song today. That was chosen by his teammates. They know ball.
Seems fitting as this one gets away. West breaking for second, and he is going to round second. We saw a bunch of those pickoffs in the first inning, some that looked sketchy when Austin Carrillo was over there, including one that Mariano had to pick, but that one just nowhere close. So Oaks got a runner in scoring position and a good opportunity here early on.
Well, there's so much foul territory over there on the right-hand side that we've seen so many pickoff attempts the past few years that runners are able to go first to third because it just gets into that bullpen down in the right field corner.
Swings through that one. Oaks looking to take advantage of the miscues and the past loss against the Saints. A lot of walks and a lot of opportunities, but they didn't capitalize besides that first inning. 0-1 to Johnson. Cued foul. Johnson went 0 for 4 on Sunday against the Saints, so looking to get back in the hit column here in this first AB. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out. Second out of the inning. Madrid Murray talking to Miles before Will White comes up, making his Oaks debut this season.
We've seen White appear defensively late, and what a walk-up song. Another guy who didn't get the pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I really like this song. Not sure if I would want to be walking up to home plate listening to it.
You know, what was I in 4th grade? One of those songs that you would always just put on repeat in those like 3 songs playlists that you just cycled through all day. Very catchy song. He takes 3 baseballs off the plate for a strike.
Hey, cut him some slack, Max. That might have been 2.5 balls off the plate.
Okay. I mean, but from here, I could objectively see that one on the chalk of the left side. Left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, it's that saying Pitching Ninja came up with. He chalked that one.
Oh, yeah. That's going to get away. And another miscue for the Pirates as West will round third. And now the Oaks got to run 90 feet away. And looking to take a lead here in the bottom of the second.
On that pass ball, the pitcher Miles made a late break for home. Was kind of just standing out on the mound. And we saw in a super regional this weekend that exact situation with Kentucky taking advantage of Oregon State, coming all the way around to score on a wild pitch from second.
I did see that, yeah.
Because the pitcher was lazily standing out on the mound. And it was a similar situation here. The pitcher just took his time coming to home plate before his team and dugout started shouting at him.
I can guarantee you, pitcher not covering is probably the biggest thing that can make your coach angry. 1-1. Upstairs. Madrid Murray letting the infield and outfield know that there's 2 outs. Oaks have jumped ahead early in almost all the games this season. And he's late on the fastball, 2-2.
White's chasing at that pitch, but it's probably because it was in a similar location of the first pitch that was called a strike this at bat. He just felt like he needed to swing at it, even though it was a few inches off the plate.
A lot of 2s, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. And White whips one to left field. That's a base hit. West is going to trot home. The Oaks get the early lead, 1-0. Little hit in his first at-bat this summer. And now Alan Camarillo, the number 9 hitter, coming up. Alan's brother will be playing in the national championship. Member of the Texas A&M squad, Ali Camarillo. High pop-up on the right side in foul territory. This looks like it'll stay in. Mariano will make the catch to retire the side, but the Oaks, they strike first. Up ahead 1-0. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Welcome back to Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks got the 1-0 lead thanks to Will White, the RBI single. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Ethan Gonzalez, the second baseman, ready to lead it off for the Pirates. Nate Hernandez back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Swing and a miss, way out ahead there.
Up to this point, we've really only seen Hernandez showcase 2 pitches. Just that fastball and slider up to this point.
0-2. Ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Joseph over to clean it out. Rounding first is Gonzalez, but he'll throw the brakes on.
Ooh.
Kind of a sketchy throw in there to Mingus, but he body blocks it. So a leadoff single for Ethan Gonzalez, but no more than that.
Will Joseph, even though that throw is offline to second base, he's got an arm out there in left field.
Does indeed. So now the first baseman and number 9 hitter, Jose Mariano, stands in. Swing and a foul tip into White's glove. Strike one. Top of the order, Robert Pitts Jr. waits on deck. Now back-to-back innings where the Pirates have gone to leadoff base runner. Fouled off to the right, late on the fastball, just cleaned it out.
And the Pirates do have someone warming up down in their bullpen. Miles threw 2 innings, just 1 run allowed, 1 hit. But we'll see if that's it for him today.
Mariano from California State, Monterey Bay. 0-2 in the dirt. What a great block to throw down, and he is safe. Unbelievable job by White to even stop the ball from going to the backstop, and a very good throw at the same time, but getting in there safely was Gonzalez.
An excellent dive and block there from White. The only thing that kept him from getting the out there at second base is he had a little bit of trouble getting that ball out of his glove there.
Great read by Gonzalez, too. Kind of looking for any excuse to try to take another 90 feet. 0-2 is a high pop-up to center field. Carrillo's got it played straight away. Gonzalez going to tag. The throw to third from Carrillo will be not in time. Extra 90 feet there for Gonzalez. So as I mentioned, top of the order, Pitts Jr. coming back up. Grounded out to Brandon Anderson at third base to lead off the game.
This is the second consecutive inning that the Pirates have a runner at third with less than 2 outs. Let's see if they can take advantage of it this time.
At the knees for strike one.
The Oaks keeping the middle infield back, the entire infield back, with the runner on third and 1 out. Still early on in this ballgame. They trust their offense to put up some runs should the Pirates tie it here.
Out ahead there, and he falls behind 0-2.
Now in an 0-2 count, let's see if the Oaks bring in the infield. Hernandez is going to try to pick up a strikeout here, but the Oaks will bring in the infield now that there's 2 strikes.
Gonzalez 90 feet away from tying this game. The 0-2 to Pitts. Swing and a miss. He got him again. Just a disgusting slider. Nowhere near was Pitts Jr. 2 outs in the inning. 3rd strikeout of the day for Nate Hernandez.
That's another huge strikeout for Hernandez. Runner at third, 1 away. And with the Oaks keeping their infield back until 2 strikes, pretty much any ball put in play will do a job and tie up the game for the Pirates. But Hernandez making 3 quality pitches and picking up the strikeout.
That slider looks to be really biting early on today.
Nearly 2 feet of movement on that pitch.
Gonzalez still at third. First pitch in there for a strike to Robbie Trado. Trado also grounded out, but that time to Alan Camarillo at shortstop. Back in the first. Popped up, right side, West. Back a few steps, glasses on. He'll make the catch in foul territory to retire the side. Pirates strand another runner. Oaks still on top 1-0. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Back here in the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher for the Pirates, Joseph Perez, to take the mound after the starter Miles went the first 2 innings and allowed 1 earned run. Top of the order, Tommy Kedlinger ready to stand in. Flew out to center field on the first pitch he saw back in the first inning. Sharp breaking ball in there for a strike. Kedlinger had the day off this past Sunday against the Saints.
Kedlinger hasn't really been an everyday guy for the Oaks, but he has produced when he's been in there. Ripped a double off the wall down in Orange County.
1-1 upstairs. Last start was against the Riptide. Back here at Sparky Anderson, the game the Oaks won 7-1. Went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Strains him up, and he falls behind 3-1. Big RBI double in that game, the final Oaks run that scored Ty Walton. 3-1 to Kedlinger. And that is ball 4. Third walk handed out by Pirates pitching. Austin Carrillo, who took the first walk for the Oaks, coming back up to the plate. Austin celebrated his 23rd birthday back on opening day, June 5th.
A lot of guys like to give Austin some stick for being old, in air quotes. Just 23, but to some of these freshmen, it's a pretty big difference.
Interestingly, Ty Walton's actually older than Austin Carrillo. Fun fact. Yeah, like I was looking at the roster and I realized that some of these guys are younger than me, which is kind of crazy to think. Alon Camarillo, a little bit younger than me. I just always feel like I'm just the younger one in the room. Runner goes and Kedlinger to throw down. Will be late, but he comes off the bag, and that is going to be an out. He had it stolen, but he came off, tried to get the hand back, but now he's pleading his case with the second base umpire, but it doesn't look like it's going to turn out well for the Oaks. So a caught stealing.
Yeah, it's an unlucky one for the Oaks. Kedlinger had that bag stolen easily, and just a little bit of a late slide forced him to overslide the bag a little bit.
There is action in the Oaks bullpen. It looks like Luke Lurs, but I cannot tell exactly from here.
Yes, it is.
It is Luke Lurs, as confirmed by Josh. 2-1 now to Carrillo.
3 scoreless innings up to this point for Hernandez. If his day is done, that's 1 inning less than he threw last Wednesday.
Catches the corner, but it did appear to be a little bit off. Disagreeing was Carrillo. Also one of those guys who knows the strike zone very well. I think he saw it trickle a ball off the plate. But you got to shake it off here now, 2-2. Swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Nice pick there by Alleman. Slings across to first for out number 2.
Alleman really made that play look easy when it's certainly not. A little in-between hop, and he does a nice job of getting it on the short hop and firing it over to retired Carrillo.
Kind of a similar pick that we saw I believe Kai Caranto make last Sunday on at Arroyo Seco. That was to end one of the innings. Big situation there. Short hop, obviously the hardest play for an infielder to make in the ground ball variety. Cued foul off the end of the bat.
So much movement there on that fastball from Perez. Looked like it was starting in the middle of the plate, maybe even middle in. And it works its way towards the outside corner, which is what causes Joseph to cue it off the end of the bat.
Very good two-seam action for sure. Tailing away from Joseph. There it is again, but it does miss way outside this time.
It's a battle of the Josephs. Joseph Perez versus Will Joseph.
I got Joseph.
Yeah, you think Joseph comes out on top?
Yeah, I think Joseph's got this one in the bag. 2-1 from Joseph to Joseph. Down low. So will jump ahead, 3-1. Game Time Joseph says go Will in the chat. I agree. We'll see what he does here. 3-1 coming up to Will Joseph. Foul it off to the left, and we'll go to a full count. Nobody on and 2 outs in the inning. The payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball to shallow right field, and that's going to drop in front of Trado for a base hit. First time Joseph's aboard with a knock.
It was a good 3-2 pitch there from Perez. Fastball in off the plate just a bit, and Joseph was able to get his hands in enough to allow that to drop in right field for a single.
So as we predicted, Joseph does come out on top against Joseph. But now Brandon Anderson will stand in. Anderson with 5 home runs this past spring. Check over on Will, and he's back safely with a slide. Actually, check that 2 home runs. Nonetheless, had a very good year. Gets the call there. Not sure it was a strike, but he falls behind here.
Big gap out there in left center field. Let's see if Anderson can find the gap out there.
Spits on the changeup. One to Anderson. Taps that one foul at the plate. Anderson asking the home plate umpire if that ball is a strike. Hitters always like to know if they're making the good choice and swinging at good pitches. The left fielder win is very deep. Out there in left center field, or left field. That briefly gets away, but Joseph won't try it. So the count will even at 2.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that with these Oaks left-handed bats, instead of playing more in like you'd expect to see, the left fielder for the Pirates has been playing fairly deep.
Runner goes, and it's fouled straight back. Fastball that caught quite a bit of the plate. But we'll do it again, 2-2. Two. Misses outside. The pitcher wanted it, but it did appear to be well off the strike zone.
Now Joseph will be on the move on this pitch. Anything close to the gap will likely score him.
Joseph, some pretty good speed, too. Basically the Oaks' everyday left fielder. Joseph will be on the move. The 3-2 coming up to Brandon Anderson. Chopped foul. And as this plate appearance goes on, it only goes into the benefit of Anderson. Seeing a lot of pitches, learning different spins. Landon West waits on deck. So again, a 3-2 pitch Joseph will be running. Ball 4, just downstairs.
Yeah, definitely a couple of ball lengths down. Catcher trying to frame that when his pitcher a strike, but umpire not going to rule out a strike.
Landon West, who was also issued a free pass back in the second inning, coming up for his first plate appearance, or at bat, you could say. Still hasn't registered one of those. Big opportunity for the Oaks here. Joseph at second and Anderson at first. Fastball right there on the corner for a strike. West asking the home plate umpire about it.
He just wants to make sure that's as far out as the umpire will go. We've seen a couple call it even farther outside, though.
Just some respectful banter between West and the umpire. The 0-1. Front door slider that stays inside. 1-1.
West was fully prepared to let that pitch hit him as he braced for impact, it looked like, but nearly got him. Able to break back just enough.
Pirates outfield and no doubles defense. I gotta say, the left fielder Wynn appears to be very, very far back, even with the right-handed hitter.
Well, it's really interesting. Like, usually the center fielder sets the range. You know, you don't want your corner outfielders being deeper than your center fielder, but both corner outfielders are deeper than the center fielder.
Yeah, kind of an interesting defensive formation. 2 on for Landon West. The 1-1. Both runners go. Swung on a miss. Catcher has some trouble getting it out of the hand. So a double steal.
And that was all Will Joseph there. Brandon Anderson, seeing Joseph continue to bounce at the bag, was ready to move. And as soon as Joseph broke, Anderson broke as well. And there was really no chance to get Joseph at third. The catcher popped up to make a throw down to second base, but just couldn't get it out of his glove and had no play either way.
Big opportunity for the Oaks. 2 in scoring position. 1-2 swung on a miss. Strike 3. Oaks strand a pair as we head to the top of the 4th inning from Sparkiness Infield. New pitcher for the Oaks, Luis Lures, out of Oxnard College. Ready to make his Oaks debut this season.
He actually pitched already.
Hmm.
Lures went 2 innings, scoreless, no hits, walked 4 batters, struck out 3.
Clearly, I didn't do my homework. On the outside corner for a strike. Angelo Alamán with his second AB. He was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. That was Nate Hernandez. Down 0-2 already.
We'll see at what point in the summer Coach Solis lets his starting pitchers pitch a little deeper into ball games. We haven't seen any starter pitch into the 5th inning for the Oaks yet this summer.
Still trying to see perhaps potential roles for the pitching staff. 0-2. That'll miss.
That one was way outside, but nice frame back there by Will White to make it seem more borderline than it actually was.
Lures ahead 1-2. Just off the plate. There's a big gap through the right side of the infield. Minguez shaded just briefly to the right side of the second base. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. First batter, Lures' face goes down by way of the K.
Against the first batter, Lures faces, he seems to have control of both the fastball and the breaking ball. Hopefully that continues throughout his outing.
Gabe Juarez collected the first base hit for the Pirates back in the second inning, which he led off. Standing back in. Sharp breaking ball that catches the perfect spot down and away.
It's an excellent location there from Lures. About as precise as you can put it if you're looking for a called strike call.
Went back to a similar spot, but it did miss.
These are the misses that you're looking for if you're Lures. Close enough to maybe get the hitters to reach a little bit and close enough for White to frame them into strikes.
1-1, and he just gets a piece, fouls it straight back. Lures struck out Alaman to open up the inning, and ahead 1-2 to Juarez. Fouled off at the plate. White not able to hold on to it, so another life for Juarez.
Juarez just gets a piece of that one. White frustrated with himself that he's unable to hold on to it.
High fly ball to left field. Relatively shallow. Joseph into the left center field gap. He'll make the catch for out number 2 of the inning. 2 batters, 2 outs for Luis Lures.
And Lures is lucky to have that one back. 1-2 breaking ball that just hung up in the middle of the zone. Juarez hit it well, but just got underneath it and makes it an easy play out there for Joseph.
Brandon Wynn reached on an error in his first at bat. Third base line and left field line completely open for the left-handed hitter. But he's late on that one. You often see that with righty-lefty placement. Usually with the left-handed batter, the outfielders all kind of shift over to the right. Left center's got that. Left field's got that left center field gap. Then center getting the right center field gap with the right fielder on the line. 1-1, he fouls it off himself, painfully so.
The first changeup that we've seen from Lures has been fastball slider mostly.
1-2. Down and in.
Had White not had to reach across his body to catch that one, it probably would have been ruled strike 3.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Oaks on top, 1-0. Grounded softly to Minguez at second base. Fires to first for out number 3. Quick 1-2-3 scoreless inning for Luis Lures. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Oaks on top, 1-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. Oaks still on top, 1-0. Jaden Minguez ready to lead it off. Minguez flew out to center in his first at bat, but that was back in the 2nd inning. There's a lot of wind blowing out during batting practice and before the game, but it's kind of settled down a little bit more. Just now a light breeze. High pop up towards the left side. The shortstop, Alleman, going back. He's calling and catching out number 1 of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Which brings up Jack Johnson, and I just watched him do a little 360 spin in the on-deck circle. You guys could learn that Jack Johnson's baseball superstition is doing a 360 in the on-deck circle. If you just head over the Conejo Oaks Instagram page, Conejo Oaks on Twitter, Conejo Oaks on TikTok. That's where this video will be posted, TikTok and Instagram. Follow the Oaks on all social medias and watch all the content that is provided.
You know, Josh, not only a great broadcaster, but a great advertiser, too.
Yes, sir. Do it all.
Does it all. 1-0 to Johnson. Late on that fastball.
I mean, you can learn a lot of fascinating stuff from those TikToks.
You can. Kind of an inside look at the players.
Oh, that was a quick pitch. That frustrated Johnson there. Barely coming set that time was Perez. Johnson's frustrated. He steps all the way out of the box.
Johnson in the box, but looking down. The second he looked out, the rules you got to make eye contact. Immediately started to deliver. 1-2, and that'll miss. Johnson still looks a bit frustrated. Hopefully he'll take that frustration out on the baseball. Oaks still looking for their first home run of the summer. Two.
Good spit.
Good spit indeed. Looked like a strike for quite a bit and just kept dipping out of the strike zone until it was down in the dirt. 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and a payoff pitch going up to Jack Johnson. That's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Johnson doesn't like it. It did appear to be off the plate, but it's out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, it did look like a couple baseballs off the plate according to our strike zone, but it's also a call that's been ruled a strike all day today, so a little bit too close to take there. Really frustrating at bat for Johnson.
Will White, who had the RBI single for the only Oaks runs so far back in the second inning for the second time today, he'll take a ball in the dirt. As we mentioned, Johnson and White not picking their walk-up songs today. White walking up to Fireflies. There was action in the Pirates bullpen, but it now appears that the pitcher is just ready and waiting. So perhaps the last inning for Miles, or excuse me, the new pitcher.
Joseph Perez.
Yeah. Falls behind here 3-0. I'd assume the number 8 man will have the take sign here, but we'll see. 3-0 pitch. Swinging, and he fouls it off to the right out of play.
Showing confidence in the young hitter. Nobody on, 2 outs. I mean,
why not?
No reason not to give him a green light.
It was a pretty good pitch, though. Fastball right on the corner. Outside corner. Still a very good hitter's count, 3-1. Fouled back toward us. So Perez battles back behind 3-0 to 3-2. Number 9 man Alan Camarillo waiting on deck for the Oaks. The payoff pitch. On the ground, up the middle, in a center field, a base hit. He's 2 for 2. White rips one for a knock, and the inning will extend for the number 9 man, Alan Camarillo.
Well, get your first start of the summer. Have a day, Will White. Couple plate appearances, couple knocks, including the lone run driven into this ball game. 2 of the 3 hits today for the Oaks off the bat of Will White.
Camarillo squirts that one foul. Out of Azusa Pacific University. Strains him up and takes a ball inside.
Camarillo's got a bit of an unusual stance up there. His hands up and away from him. little bit like Luis
It's
Campusano.
exactly what I was going to say. Except Campusano's more kind of squatted down, but very similar stance. Stands very tall at the plate. On the ground softly to second. Gonzalez will toss to first to retire the side. Oaks got the hit from White, but nothing to show for it. We're heading to the top of the 5th inning. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, Oaks still with the 1-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning. Gordon ready to come back up. Struck out in his first at bat. That was against the starter, Nate Hernandez. First time facing Luis Lures.
Lures entered in the 4th inning and threw a 1-2-3 fourth.
Downstairs, and he falls behind 2-0. High pop-up, shallow center field. Carrillo calling in the right center field gap. 1 down.
Lures falls behind the hitter Gordon there, but he makes a good pitch on 2-0 with Gordon aggressive. He's swinging away and flying out to Carrillo.
So now Lures has retired all 4 hitters he's faced. Strikeout, fly out to left, ground out to second, and now that fly out to center field. Madrid Murray takes on the corner. Oh, 2. Just off the plate. 1-2. And a swing and a miss out ahead of the changeup. Second strikeout for Lures. 2 outs in the inning.
We've only seen that changeup a couple times today, and that's the first time we've seen it righty-righty from Lures. Showcases in a 1-2 count and locates it perfectly to get the strikeout.
So now the second baseman, Ethan Gonzalez. Second at bat for him. He singled in his first plate appearance back in the third. Fastball at the knees for a strike.
Lures has some natural run on his fastball, breaking in towards those right-handed hitters.
Just misses outside. Oaks with 3 games in 3 days, all here at Sparky Anderson Field. Great spot right there, down and away. He's really hitting that today from what we've seen so far.
And especially difficult to hit that pitch because of that arm side run that we talked about. Starts in the other batter's box and catches the corner.
1-2. Not biting was Gonzalez, so the count will even at 2.
Well, that's what makes Lures such a difficult pitcher. That was a slider that started in the same location as the previous fastballs.
Yeah, good tunneling for sure. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Lures. He's retired all 6 hitters he's faced. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Oaks on top, 1-0.
I'm good at remembering names.
Back here, bottom of the 5th inning. Tommy Kendlinger, top of the order, ready to lead it off. 0 for 1 on the day with the walk. Perez still out there. Picture perfect day here. I know I talked about it earlier, but actually no clouds in the sky. Just a lot of blue. And of course some navy blue with the Oaks jerseys. 1-1. Action in the Oaks bullpen. Front door slider in there for a strike.
And that's Tanner Beltowski in the Oaks bullpen.
Interesting.
We've seen him start a couple games at first, start at third for the Oaks. He actually did throw 5 innings this spring at Westmont as a freshman.
1-2. Kenlinger thought about it, but he pulls back. A little frustrated with himself for even considering. But no harm, no foul.
What's that, like 3 or 4 guys for the Oaks at 2-8 in the spring?
Well, I know Jordan King actually threw a little bit too, but we've not seen him on the mound. But we've already seen Ty Walton throw back in Compton against the Barons. He's throwing gas, I might add, but Beltowski, as we see right here, a lot of versatility in summer ball so far this season. 2-2. Wanted to swing at it, but he holds back, and the count runs full. That's going to warrant a visit from the catcher, Madrid Murray. Go talk out to his pitcher. Just a quick one. Besides that 4-run first inning on Sunday against the Saints, the Oaks have scored a combined 2 runs in the past 10 innings. So we've seen this offense go off, and we've seen a little bit of these cold stretches, but hopefully they can break out of it pretty soon. Payoff pitch. That's a good way to start it with a leadoff walk. Second time Kenlinger's on by a free pass. So now Austin Carrillo for the 3rd time today. 0 for 1 with the walk. I got to say, whenever Austin's not getting hits, he's getting on somehow. He's had 3 catcher's interferences this year. Could have been 4 last Sunday at the Saints. Most certainly hit the catcher's glove, immediately pointed back, but the umpires didn't warn him first base. Kind of an interesting look there, but very high on base percentage, over 500 so far in summer ball this season. 3rd time with the Oaks.
He also had an on-base percentage over 500 for the entirety of his spring season with Biola. .516.
Great bat to ball, great eye at the plate. That's going to really help you there. Runner goes, and it's ripped to right field. That's going to get down. Going first to third will be Kenlinger. Oaks in business here in the bottom of the 5th.
Just a perfectly executed hit and run there between Carrillo and Kenlinger. Kenlinger breaks for the bag, and Carrillo, they know he's great bat to balls because, as you mentioned, lines that one to right field. Kenlinger puts his head down and is able to get to third.
So now Will Joseph, another Joseph on Joseph battle. This time in the bottom of the 5th inning, Will won the first one back in the 3rd when he singled off Joseph Perez. Runners at the corners and nobody out in the inning. And this one is ripped to second. They're going to double off Carrillo. Coaches always say to freeze on the liner, but he went sprinting over. And a tough, tough break for the Oaks.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say Carrillo sprinted over, but certainly didn't freeze. Took a couple of steps towards the bag at second, which just put him in no man's land out there. It's a really tough one, obviously, to judge. Thinking that was going to be in the 3-4 hole, but nice play over there at second base and a really unfortunate one for the Oaks.
Swing and a ground ball to second base. Gonzalez to his left to retire the side. So what started with a lot of promise ended up another scoreless inning for the Oaks. We're heading to the top of the 6th inning. 1-0 Conejo. Top of the 6th inning. Oaks on top 1-0. Kind of a disappointing end to the bottom of the 5th. We had runners at the corners and could not score. In a bit of a cold stretch offensively, but the pitching still proves to be very excellent. Luis Luers has retired all 6 batters he's faced. Fires a nice slider in there for strike 1 to Gonzalez.
There is a pitcher down in the Oaks bullpen, but he's not warming up yet. Probably just waiting for Luers to get into any bit of trouble or anything. But based on how we've seen pitchers be used this summer, you have to assume that either way, this is going to be the last inning for Luis Luers.
Heck of a job, too, by both Hernandez and Luers. Oh, 2. Misses upstairs, a little frustrating with himself.
Yeah, that was a changeup Luers just didn't get on top of.
Softly line up the middle, and that's going to fall for a base hit.
Yeah, not so sure about softly line there. 95 off the bat.
Yeah, I don't know what my IDAR was telling me there, but it didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that didn't sound that loud for 95 because I immediately looked at TrackMan and I said, I don't think that was so soft.
It's actually the hardest hit ball of the day between either team.
Did that sound like that to you, or?
Yeah, didn't look like it.
Bunt showed, and it's a perfect one down the left field line. Anderson on the run. He'll have no play. He pockets it. 2 runners on to start the inning. Back-to-back base hits now for the Pirates.
Really nothing Anderson can do on that one. An absolute perfect bunt, like you said, by Pitts, who's obviously got some speed in the leadoff role. Beats that out easily.
Robbie Trado, number 2 hitter. A little bit downstairs.
Hernandez was able to get out of a couple jams in this one. First and third, 1 out. Sorry, first and third, nobody out. Runner on third, 1 out. Was able to get out of it both times. Now Luers first and second, nobody out, looking to get out of the jam.
Perfect pitch on the corner. Trado 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to shortstop in the first and struck out in the third. Both of those against the starter Hernandez. Takes a look back at second. Down low.
Steve Beltowski is just ready and waiting down in the Oaks bullpen. We saw him throw a little bit earlier, then he stopped. So he's either ready and waiting or just waiting to start throwing more, and this is Luers' inning to finish.
Oaks looking for a little 6-4-3. And a high fly ball to center field. Carrillo played it perfectly. Looks like it's going to be a tag play. The throw to third. But standing in at third base will be Mariano. So I guess you could say a productive out for the Pirates, but the Oaks still went out away with a potential double play ball.
Yeah, that's a situation where you think both sides are happy with the outcome. For the Pirates, they now have a runner 90 feet away with only 1 out, but the Oaks are now 1 pitch away from getting themselves back in the dugout.
The Oaks have turned a lot of double plays this season. In fact, they've not hit into one, but runner goes at first, but is starting to stop. Against Orange County, that 7-1 victory before going on the brief road trip, they turned 4 double plays. So it's not that they haven't not pitched into trouble, but they're able to get out of that trouble, which is really what you just need to do at the end of the day. Strikeouts are cool, but getting out of innings is what is important. 1-0. On the corner for a strike.
Lures is going to live on the outside of the plate. Soft stuff. Looking for a ground ball here.
One count, and the Oaks looking to roll a pair. On the ground, Camarillo to second for 1, on to first in time. A double play to get out of the inning. Exactly what the Oaks needed. They get it done. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning from Sparky Anderson Field. Back here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Oaks on top 1-0 over the Ventura County Pirates. New pitcher for Ventura County, Aiden Melendrez. As the Oaks look to kind of break this offensive cold spell. They are on top 1-0, but they've had a lot of trouble just getting base runners on, and when they have, they run into outs, made some base running mistakes. So it's been a little bit of a frustration, I'm sure, for head coach Solis and the rest of the Oaks offense. As West rips one to shortstop, but on his knees, Alaman will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Melendrez just in the game.
Well, you mentioned it's been a frustrating day for the Oaks offense, and that will only continue the frustration. West lines that one, but right at the shortstop for an easy play.
I mean, it didn't seem to be hit too hard, but it definitely looked like it had a chance of getting some green grass for a knock. So now Aiden Minguez. And for the second time, we have a name-on-name, Aiden versus Aiden. Aiden Mendrez? Jaden Minguez. Oh, my goodness. I think it's the Aiden Jaden. Swinging a fly ball to left field, pretty shallow, but win there to make the catch. So Max Audet pinch hitting. He was an Oak last season, making his 2024 debut.
Audet played his first couple of years at LA Valley College before transferring to St. John's this past spring, and St. John's won the regular season Big East title, which was cool for Max to be a part of. Talked about that a little bit on his first day here. Audet, big lefty bat, a lot of power out of that left-hand side.
Ahead here 2-0.
We'll see him do a little bit of catching, play some first base. Just 17 games played at St. John's this year in his first season there.
2-0, chop to second. Gonzalez. 1-2-3 inning for the Pirates. We're heading to the top of the 7th inning. Oaks still on top 1-0. Top of the 7th inning here at Sparky Anderson Field. New pitcher, Tanner Beltowski. We've seen him hit a lot this season. He's done a very fine job. Played a little bit of first and third base, but making the 2A opportunity here. Talking with the catcher, Will White, maybe going over pitch sequences or his signs with a runner on second base.
For Beltowski this spring, he pitched 4 times at Westmont College, 5 innings, 5 earned runs allowed, 3 strikeouts.
Line down the left field line. This could fall, and it will. Joseph over to clean it out. Heading to second will be Juarez. The throw will be cut off now in for a double. Looked like if you didn't cut that off, I couldn't tell if it was on line or not. Had a better chance, but he did appear to be safe either way.
Yeah, it was a good throw there from Joseph, but really no chance to get Juarez. Ball hit down the line like that.
Oaks up 1-0, but just because of how low-key this game's been, it does feel like a greater lead, but tying run is literally at the plate. I mean, literally at the second base.
I mean, they've had the tying run on base like 3 times in this game. They've had the go-ahead run on base multiple times as well. And the Oaks pitching staffs made the big pitches when they needed to.
Scott Radinsky heading out to the bullpen perhaps to get warmed up with the leadoff doubler. Bunt bid, and it's a good one. West has it. Covering the bag at first is Minguez. Nice job. So the sacrifice is complete, but Over to third base goes Juarez. Tying run now 90 feet away for the Pirates. Both teams in this game, we should say, have missed their opportunities quite a bit. The Oaks have had a couple innings with 2 runners on and nobody out, and they couldn't score. Same thing here for the Pirates, but we'll see with Gordon getting up.
This will be the 3rd time today. Actually, the 4th time today. The Pirates have the tying run at third with less than 2 outs.
The Oaks bring the infield in. First pitch on the corner for a strike.
You have to imagine one of these times they're going to come through with that hit.
I guess both teams, you could say, looking for the big hit this game. Will White with the RBI single early on. Downstairs.
And with first base open here, Beltowski doesn't really have to throw any strikes to Ryder Gordon. We've already seen the Oaks turn a handful of double plays this season, already turned one this game.
1-1. Kind of cleaned out, but right at Mingus. He looks the runner back. Out number 2 of the inning. So now 1 pitch away of getting out of yet another jam.
It's a good pitch there from Beltowski. Fastball in on the hands. And Gordon gets jammed. Easy play over there for Mingus at second. Just does the right thing, looks the runner back.
So Grant Madrid-Murray 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs on the day. And he's late on that one. Pretty unbelievable, just for both sides, how many jams these pitchers have got pitched into and just escaped. Obviously, you got to get Madrid-Murray here, but already just a crucial second out without allowing him to score. Strike 2. Oaks dugout all on their feet. Tying run 90 feet away in Juarez. The 0-2 from Beltowski. Outside the Oaks dugout tried to maybe incline the home plate umpire to call that a strike, but it was off.
Yeah, pitch was so far outside it didn't even appear up in the TrackMan zone.
And a swing and a miss. Unbelievable. The Oaks strand yet another runner. We're still at 1-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Man, you know what time it is. Stand up and stretch those legs and sing.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Oaks escape yet another jam in the top of the inning. Tanner Beltowski, the two-way guy, gave up a leadoff double and then stranded that runner Juarez at third. Will White, 2 for 2 on the day. Really the only person who's done anything offensively for the Oaks. He's driven on the only run. Coming back up to the plate. And at this point, he's the guy you want up to get something started, get a good inning going. Takes a strike.
And it's looking like it's just going to be that one inning for Tanner Beltowski as right-hander Scott Radinsky warms up in the Oaks bullpen.
Radinsky last pitched, I believe, in Orange County, right? Way ahead of that one when he falls behind 1-2.
That sounds right, yeah. Pitched in OC.
Just outside, 2-2. Alan Camarillo waits on deck. Popped foul. Two, and he slaps it foul behind the plate, just protecting the inside part of the zone. Eight, 9, and 1 here in the bottom of the seventh for the Oaks. 2-2 pitch. Stays alive. Great job of just fouling off a pitch that's really hard to do something with. That was one of those dotted sliders down and away. And hard to put in play, let alone for a hit. Just kind of spanking it off foul to get another opportunity.
It's just about the only thing you can do with that pitch.
Fights it off again. And if you're a pitcher, this just really frustrates you. You think you're making your right pitches, and you just can't seem to put the hitter away. Looks like there's a pitcher ready in the bullpen for the Pirates as the count runs full.
It's a nice spit there from White. It's a good 2-2 changeup. He's able to lay off of it pretty easily. We're coming up on 10 pitches this at-bat.
And that's what you call a great at-bat. A 10-pitch walk starts things off here for the Oaks. Now Alan Camarillo, 0 for 2 in the afternoon. White at first. First pitch to Camarillo. He squares the bunt. It's a good one. Catcher Grant Marie Madrid throws it at first. The sacrifice is complete. Great selfless sack bunt there for Camarillo.
It's also a tough pitch to lay down a bunt on. Anytime you get a breaking ball going away from you as a hitter, it's tough to get a bunt down on those. Camarillo places it well and is able to get White over to second.
Top of the order, Tommy Kettlinger. Oaks in desperate need of some insurance runs. Yo, one. Spits on that one, down and away. Kettlinger 0 for 1 with 2 walks on the day, so he's doing his job as a leadoff man, getting on base 2 out of 3 times.
Now he's looking to drive in a run.
Ball apparently called a strike, just about I can't even sugarcoat that one. I was about 3.5 balls off. Kenlinger looked not mad, just disappointed. Kind of like when you do something wrong in front of your parents and they hit you with one of those. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. 1-2. On the ground sharply, but right at Gonzalez at second. He'll throw to first and retire Kenlinger, but now moving 90 feet closer to scoring is Will White at third, but 2 outs in the inning.
It's the hardest ball of the day between either side. 99 miles an hour off the bat of Kenlinger, who just hits it right at the second baseman.